It's a mistake. Asking the right questions. If it ain't working, there's an old saying. Now this is going to be in my weekly commentary. I write a weekly commentary every week that you can find at hermancain.com, HermanCain.com. There's an old saying, if you're in a hole, stop digging. They keep digging the hole deeper. You would think that they have asked the question, is this working? The American people have not only asked the question, they've answered the question. No, it's not working. That's why we have all of this citizen movement going on across this country. And all of the things that you're doing across the internet. Because the people have figured it out, but they're not listening. Work on the right problems. Ask the right questions. Remove barriers which prevent success. We need a successful economy. And in order for us to have a successful economy that is going to generate jobs, you need to have a successful business community, private sector, not more government jobs. And the one overarching thing that is causing this economy not to grow is uncertainty. That's created a barrier to success, rather than remove a barrier for success. The prospect of tax increases is an uncertainty to the business world. The uncertainty of this unfolding terrible health care reform legislation is creating uncertainty. The financial reform bill, more uncertainty. Somebody noticed that I renamed them reform bills. You know, if this reform is supposed to make it better, those aren't going to make anything better. And so I started calling on my radio show, I started referring to it when doing the debate, healthcare reform. Then my listeners, they start calling in saying, let's talk about healthcare. I got a question about the healthcare reform bill. Or the financial reform bill. Well, that's what it is. Because in that financial reform bill, which was supposed to make oversight of the financial sector better, guess what they left out? They created a new unnecessary bureaucracy called the Financial Oversight something. And then put language in there that they have oversight of financial institutions except Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. The two that were the catalyst for the financial meltdown. Now think about how messed up this is. In Congress, there's a committee that had responsibility for oversight of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, and it's headed by Barney Frank. And Barney Frank said Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac just fine. We don't have any. No, that's not going to be a disaster. They're just fine. The committee in the Senate is headed up by Senator Chris Dodd, who also said, we don't have anything to worry about Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. We don't have anything to worry about Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Less than 12 months later, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac were the catalyst for our financial meltdown. Now get this. You got Chris Dodd, you got Barney Frank. Those same two crooks wrote the financial reform bill. Yes, I said it, they are crooks. Because if you go back and look at how they ignored the problems at Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, and they ignored their responsibility, I call that dishonest, and I call them crooks. Because they have basically nearly ruined our financial system by playing favoritism to those two entities that should be private entities to begin with, not government service entities. They do not need to be run by the government. So as a result, we have all of this uncertainty, and this uncertainty causes businesses not to to have a growth strategy. There was a couple of articles a couple of weeks ago. President Obama said, well, why won't businesses, they're sitting on $1.8 trillion in cash. Why won't they spend it and create jobs? So my weekly commentary was 3 simple reasons as to why businesses are sitting on cash. It's their money, it's their money, it's their money. It ain't the government's money. It ain't Obama's money. They don't seem to grasp the concept of free enterprise. Because a business can use that cash to either declare a dividend to its stockholders, invest and grow their business, pay down debt, or just sit on the cash. That's what a smart businessman would do with all of this uncertainty out there. And so that's why, as long as we have positionship in the White House and no leadership, and we don't have a strategy for success, because this stuff is not working, but they still won't stop digging. And then, as a result of 15 million people not being able to find jobs, as a result of unemployment rates staying systemically high, as a result of the private sector deciding that's too much uncertainty, the mood of the country is in the toilet. The mood of the country is in the toilet. Because Americans inherently are winners. Americans inherently want to win. And they know we are losing. Americans don't want to be another mediocre nation. We believe in American exceptionalism. So if I were CEO of the USA, I'm just saying, the first thing I would do is grab all of the low-hanging fruit in order to get the economy going. You make the current tax rates permanent, number one. You suspend taxes on repatriated profits. The last time taxes were suspended on repatriated profits, those are the profits that are sitting offshore by corporations that have international operations. They've been taxed in the country where they